Hello and welcome to Story Guitar School. Today we're going to go over part 2 of Banana Pancakes by Jack Johnson. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, go ahead and look over there first. That's going to be our intro. That's going to be the whole classic lick of etc. Part 2 we're going to be focusing on the chords that make up the body of the song. Alright, so first thing, just to go over what the chords are first, we're going to be playing a G7 chord. So that means we're going to bar the 3rd fret. We're going to have a ring finger on the 5th fret of the A string. We're going to have our middle finger on the 4th fret of the G string. It's going to be our G7 chord. Our next chord, it's going to be a little bit of a funky one. This is a bridge chord, so we're only going to use it when we go between the melody, that stuff, and the chords. So once you're in the cycle of the body of the song, so when you're just playing the chords, we're not going to play that bridge over and over again. So the chord is, we're just going to play 3 strings. We're going to play the A, the D, and the G. We're going to have a D7 sort of a shape, and we're going to pull it over here onto those 3 strings on the 4th and 5th fret. So we're going to have our middle finger on the 5th fret of the A string, pointer finger on the 4th fret of the D string, ring finger on the 5th fret of the G string. Should sound a little bit like this. Alright. So we're going to make sure we're getting really good at transitioning between our G7 and this D7 kind of a shape. Alright. So we get nice and comfortable with that. We want to know, so just for some order, we're going to start with our G7 chord, go to that D7 shape, back to G7, then we're going to go into our next chord, which is our actual D7 in the right place. So we're going to have our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, pointer finger on the 1st fret of the B string, and ring finger on the 2nd fret of the E string. Just like that. We want to be able to switch pretty well between our G7 and our D7. So. So make sure we get a lot of practice of that. And once we're really comfortable switching between our G7 and our D7, we're going to add on our next chord, which is going to be our A minor 7. We're going to jump up here to the 5th fret. We're going to bar the 5th fret with our pointer finger. And then with our ring finger, we're going to push on the 7th fret of the A string. So we want to be able to switch really well between our D7 and our A7 to make that sound nice and fluid. So give it a little bit of practice. Once we're really comfortable switching between our D7 and our A minor 7, we're going to add on our last chord, which is going to be our C7. So we're going to have our normal C shape and add a ring finger on the 3rd fret of the G string. So we're going to have our ring finger is on the 3rd fret of the A string, middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the D string, ring finger, 3rd fret of the G string, pinky on the 3rd fret of the G string, and our pointer finger is on the 1st fret of the B string. Should sound like this. We want to be able to switch really well between our C7 and our A7. So let's practice bouncing between those a little bit. Alright. So now let's put it together nice and slow. So we're going to start with our G7 to our weird D7 shape that's in the 4th and 5th fret. Back to our G7, to our D7, to our A7, A minor 7, to C7, and then we start back over with our G7 and we skip this weird one. So just how the body sounds. Ready? So starting with our G7. All right. Thanks for joining us here at Story Guitar School, and have a good time with Banana Pancakes by Jack Johnson. See you next time.